Welcome to Useless Agent. This program is not meant for children of any age. Enjoy my nightmares.
Stay chasing.
Okay, let's do this.
Enjoy it. Stop crying. I'm just a city guy, living fly, getting high. Living till I die, getting by, whipping by. Staying solidified, big time to be precise. Here's your ticket, ride, follow if you feel my vibe. I'm just a city guy, living fly, getting high. Living till I die, getting by, whipping by. Staying solidified, big time to be precise. Here's your ticket, ride, follow if you feel my vibe.
50. Smile on your face. Nobody give a fuck about 40. Nobody remember 40. And y'all niggas just giving me way too many 40-degree days. What the
Alrighty. How's it going, my beautiful party people? My star flies. Let me break out Rush. Alright, how's it going, Rush Limbaugh? I love this fucking thing. It's so cool. If y'all know a good spot where I can find something to make this shit glisten, man, I want this shit. I want to put some fucking like baby oil on this motherfucker. Make it more greasy than a fucking, deltoid from a fucking bodybuilder and shit, man. Pass that baby oil. I remember back in the day, everybody used to put baby oil in their hair. All the Puerto Rican girls used to love that shit. And like Hispanic girls especially. And then, yeah, it got to a point where everybody had that drawn on fucking, makeup and like the lips had to be done. Everybody wanted to look like Selena. Anything for Salinas. It was a good time, man. It was a good time to be alive. It really was. It really was, motherfucker. So today is the 22nd of February, and it is another motherfucking day. So let's just get rolling here. We are way past the point of pandering, and I really wanted to do this episode, so I'm fucking doing it today. And the main thing that I want to talk about first is, again, going back to that. That ridiculous joke that Bill Maher had done. I don't know if we can pull it back up, but I'll look for it. Now, we had talked about this right away because it was, very transparent that he clearly knew very little of what he was talking about. Let me see if I can find it. I shouldn't have brought it up. I'm not going to show it to you. Anyway, he basically had said that there is a war on women. So he acknowledges cancel culture. But then fuck it, I'll just say it. So then he goes on and says that, cancel culture is real. And there's no war on women except for in Afghanistan. Now, nobody laughed at this joke. It was a very bad joke. I'm not even going to fucking bother looking for it no more. It's not worth it. It's just a poor joke. And, he gets mad at the fans. If you want to see it, go back to my other episode. I got it on there. And so when he gets all, butthurt and goes, really, that doesn't reach you? Like, was that your plan? Because, if that's your real statement, I have a lot of notes that I'd like to get to. First off, like I said, to say that there's no war on women except for Afghanistan. One of the most short-sighted, glib, stupid-ass things you could have possibly said, besides wrestlers don't get scratches. You realize these motherfuckers wrestle with fucking broken bones and shit, but that's not what we're talking about. Now we're talking about female pandering. And it is and has been just this huge part of our pop culture. And, you can't help but notice the only places where the female demographic is not represented is where it actually matters. In your wallet and in the courtroom. Those are the two things that matter the most to any fucking civilian, any liberty fucking loving civilian. And to say that they're they're perfectly fine and everything's good, you women are totally cool, is so fucking ignorant that it just made me write out all this shit. Now, to address the first part, like, the girl boss pop culture thing now, this is the new buzz of making everyone a girl boss and trading all the superheroes for females. This is the same shit. Oh, good shit. This is the same shit that they pull with the superhero genre and all this shit and action films in general. Now, when males and like people at like Nerdrotic or the Critical Drinker, these critics went off and started smashing on these She-Hulks and now we got Madam Web, was literally made like less money than Morbius, and the thing that I like that a lot about what Critical Drinker said is that none of this is an indictment on females or the actors themselves. They're given shitty roles that have no nuance to them. They don't write these characters out. Sure, who doesn't want to be a badass? Everyone wants to be a Superman, but what you're doing is like with the Madam Web shit, you're trying to appeal to an audience that does not exist. Now, granted, we will drag our girlfriends just like they drag us to see their chick movies, but there still are chick flicks and dude flicks. Dudes like action. If we were to shove a bunch of explosions and shooting and squibs and shit, and everybody's like, getting all shot up like in fucking Platoon, if we threw this in, I don't know, The Holiday or 50 First Dates or some shit, I don't know, just name any chick flick, you're watching Devil Wears Prada, and then bam, we start just zooming into some World War II shit and like cryptography, obviously the women are going to get up and walk the fuck out while the men go, hell yeah, and like, what do you mean we gotta go? So I don't understand why they keep appealing to a audience that they're trying to invent. Now, this is the same exact thing with the WNBA. Women are not supporting it. And why? Because it isn't geared towards women. And when you have even the WNBA, nobody's really showing up. You average maybe 6K, maybe 6,000 people will show up to a game. And the average NBA game, you have at least 18,000. So that's 3 times the amount. So maybe you should just stop pandering to women and actually do something for them. So let me just go ahead and read this off. When it comes to the office, the courtrooms, and the wallet, that's where females are represented the least. We have 3,500 female judges. 4 out of 9 of the Supreme Court judges are, in fact, female. 41% of the active federal judges, but still average a 17% wage gap. That means 82 cents per every dollar. And Roe v. Wade being flipped, being thrown to the states. The last 30 major roles for films have been going to females. The MCU, commercials and advertising, male-dominated roles in television and music. Marvel, 74% of their fan base is male. So when your base is 3 times, here we are again with the 3 times number. It's 3 times, 75%. So when you have a 75% fan base as all male, why would you not just try to appeal to that 75%? Seems like you got a big ass fucking pool to work around and circle jerk. And instead, you gear towards this other audience that isn't there and isn't going to support the movie. They just want to complain. And men are no different. People just want to fucking complain. They want to be the loudest, but not the most, not the most sensible. They want to be able to say the most words, but not the words that actually matter. It's just word salad. It's just filling in the blanks, like trying to take up space on a fucking page because you have a 500-word report, and so you're trying to throw in all these pointless word salads so that way you can try to, run the clock. And so when it came down to Madam Web, I thought it was hilarious that 60% of the people that went to see that movie still fucking dudes. All right, so it's not changing. It's not changing. Women are not supporting this shit. And why? Because it's not even good. It's not even good to them. Like, no woman looks at this shit and goes, yeah, I identify with this shit. No, nobody identifies with this shit because everyone's got flaws. Everyone has problems. Everyone has nuances to their personalities. So when you look at someone like Guy Ladriel, for instance, on the Lord of the Rings fucking reboot, if you're perfect and unbeatable and untouchable, unbreakable, you are not brave. There's no bravery to that. Bravery comes from fear. Humans are brave because we fear. And if you have no fear, you're either stupid or probably just stupid. Because if you're smart, you know what to be afraid of. You know what is an actual threat, and you know that it is actually good to fear. Didn't anyone watch The Dark Knight Rises? I think that was the whole point of that movie. Just like choice was the whole point of the fucking Matrix trilogy. Most people don't even point that out. I mean, when you really put the fucking 3 movies together, I know I'm totally going on a segue on this. But it just needed to be said. If you go through those 3 movies, the first Matrix movie is about the one. The second movie is about making I'm sorry. It's about purpose. I'm sorry. It's about purpose. Number 2 is all about functionality, purposefulness. And so the third one is about choice. So when you actually put it together, the one purpose is choice. That's the answer to life. If you watch those 3 movies and you didn't get that out of it, please let me know, because that's what I got out of it. And so every movie had a theme. But when you put down all 3 of them, it comes out to the one purpose is choice. Because at the end, Neo looks up at Smith and he says, why do you do this? Why do you keep fighting? And Neo just says, because I choose to. So the one reason of life, the purpose of life is choice, motherfuckers. It's choice. So when you take these choices away, I feel like that is akin to killing someone. Just like taking away their livelihoods is akin to killing them. Well, how is it no different by taking away your rights? Because honestly, you can't buy rights. You can't buy freedom, unless you in the judicial system. That's a totally different fucking thing. And so I just want to throw that shit out, food for thought, and let's keep going. So, like I said, women are not going to just flip over and just start supporting stupid-ass shit that they don't even like. You really think a woman is going to watch a 3-hour basketball game just because there's some other girls in it? That's some stupid-ass shit. That's like trying to make $1 million, $20 billion, no, fuck that, like a Avatar-style movie, like $1 billion movie for dogs, knowing that dogs don't watch fucking movies. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. Or fuck it. No, make it cats, because cats really don't even watch TV. Like, they don't give a fuck. So yeah, and then let's keep going. WNBA averages, like I said, 6,000 fans per game. Maybe. And with the male games, it's 18,000. Now, that sure as hell ain't hockey numbers, because back in the early 2000s, Me and my brother used to go. We'd be like the only like 10 people in that fucking in that ice rink, man. Watching the Blackhawks. That was before they won. And then, so yeah, you got 29 states where abortion is actually legal when it's in the risk of the mother's life. You got 12 states where abortion is banned in all circumstances. All circumstances, rape, incest. No, it's all good. It's all good. 6 out of 1 women in clubs, so you definitely know your setup there. Oh, that was supposed to be a joke. I don't get it. Sometimes I write these like stupid ass little like footnotes, little clip notes, but I'll add a joke in there, like as if I'm supposed to remember what the fuck it was the day before. And I think it was something along the lines of like, the male to female ratio is always outnumber the men. No matter where you are, whether you're at a club, you're at a dance, you're at a fucking, a banquet, they're always going to want more women than there are men because that's how it is. So it's just hilarious. Like, how about you give them that kind of treatment, on their paycheck, maybe. You got 337 female billionaires. 337 female billionaires. How many male billionaires are there in the United States? 1,645. So again, you got 10%. About 9. They got about 90. 22 million male millionaires. That's only 8.8%. And of course, 80% of them are white. So again, the white male gets pretty much everything. Yeah. So my point on that is, again, women are not going to go to your stupid basketball games. They're not going to go see your stupid fucking Spider-Man movies. But what they will do is work and eventually might need protection from, crazy ass barbaric laws that should have been fucking outlined and out fucking dated about 150 years ago, or at least by the 60s. I mean, come on, you literally had fucking magazines with fucking people with women on them saying, "Hey boys, it's okay, I'm on the pill." Like everyone was free fucking. What happened to that shit? Now we can't even see a damn nipple. I mean, come on, man. You're going to flip out over nipples? We all got nipples. I'm not going to bust out my nipple, but damn. All right, now let's move on to the obvious pandering of the psychopaths, which is fucking always fun to watch. There's nothing terrifying about that. So we're going to listen to a congressman, and this is how this congressman actually feels about Gaza, about children, about innocence. Now, he tries to throw in the magic word Hamas, but you can clearly see the man simply has no care for human life as long as he gets a buck out of it. And these people are not people. To think of a war is to understand the influence, impact, effect, and disaffection that it will bring. And the destruction of our humanity is far worse than destruction of any company or any fucking government. It's our humanity that dies in the end, as the innocent die with the rest of us.
Footage.
You've seen footage of
Shredded children's bodies. And that's my taxpayer dollars. I'm going to bomb those kids.
So I think we should kill them all, if that makes you feel better. Everybody. Yes.
Now, they're all trying to ask him, do you have a heart? Do you have a family? Yeah, he does. He got a family. Heart? Can't get in that job without a fucking, just empty void right here. It's money, it's status, and it's living in a ball. Okay? If you guys watch John Oliver, if you guys watched Last Week Tonight, John Oliver, definitely watch last week's episode because the the point that he makes about federal judges and then Supreme Court judges will, yeah, it will radicalize you, as fucking Tucker Carlson says, you fucking little douche. So, I mean, he's saying the quiet part out loud. He's saying what his base probably wants to hear. And that is the sickest part, that you are now pandering to the sickest demographic. You sociopaths and racists and bigots and homophobics, and xenophobics. This is such a small minority of people that are so fucking hateful. And the reason why, in my opinion, they're so hateful is a matter of, again, living in that bubble. You know, the rich man lives in a bubble just the same as a poor man that lives in a small town. All right, you ain't going nowhere. You're just staying there and just getting worse. And you're seeing the same motherfuckers every single day. When you live in a big city and you have a high turnaround rate, we talked about this on Useless and Skinny, and I think it's really important to address that when you have so many people in a big city, you got so many people filtering in and out of your life, you can't base yourself down to one race or one color or one anything. It's not that simple. It's not that binary. Life is a series of gray. No black, no white, just really fucking strange gray. And it's this type of nonchalant response to this that we're going to see that this is going to get no reporting. This is not going to go anywhere. And, you know, we used to live in a time where such sicknesses, if approached and if noticed and if apparent, they lose their jobs. But this is a man dead on saying he wants children to die. And that's these people. That's how sick they are.
You seen footage of
shredded children's bodies. And that's my taxpayer dollars. I'm going to bomb those kids.
So I think we should kill them all, if that makes you feel better.
All right.
Everybody,
All right, that's enough. I'm taking it off. What do you say to that? I mean, what do you say to that? Other than, you know, you're disgusting and you need to be in a white room with a team and let them dissect you like a fucking frog. Honestly, with people with so much hate in their heart like that, it's like, dude, you walk on a series of pillows your whole fucking life. Why would you wish death on it? Because death ain't shit to you. You don't know what it looks like. This is why they act and behave the way they do. Because, again, the bubble does not change. The bubble stays there. So do they. So when you live in that bubble and you don't open yourself to the real world, you're not going to see the real world. You're not going to gain anything. You're not going to gain any momentum in life because you're seeing the same thing. Life needs challenges, obstacles. Most of all, life needs change to adapt and to move forward. You cannot stay stagnant. The idea of replacement theory, any of that shit is the most ridiculous garbage because it's unnecessary and completely avoidable if you would just simply use fact. Now, when you, being Black History Month, I like bringing this up. I mean, being the fact that when you look at slavery, you have to remember that Black people are just people. People have big hearts. But when Black people saw the white slave owners, you know, when they came across, it already shows the difference because the white man did not see the Black man the way the Black man saw the white man. They saw him as, oh, hey, new people. And all they thought was, hey, free people. No, not free people. Free people, motherfucker. That's how it is. And their hearts were open. That's why they let you in. They should have fucking stabbed you the moment you fucking got on that damn fucking... As soon as your feet touched that sand, they should have just started spearing your ass. But that's not how it happened. And then throughout a series of hundreds of years, what happens is you lie to them about their history. If you lie to someone about who they really are, they don't know who they really are. If you were to tell Superman that everything he's feeling is all in his head, he probably won't ever learn to fly because he'll think it's all in my fucking head and never have the balls to actually jump off that roof. And it is, again, it's our fears that give us strength. It is our fears that allow us to be alarmed, to know what to be strong for. And seeing this is just disgusting because you know that that piece of shit person came from someone beautiful. You know, for all I know, his mother was a fucking great woman, tried the best she could, busted her ass, you know. You don't fucking know. And it just sucks. And to say that you do know makes absolutely no sense. You cannot know what you don't know. If you knew it, then you wouldn't not know it, you stupid fuck. That's why it's called not knowing. So I want to move on, and I really want to really stress that fucking point that where this pandering for females, how about do it where it actually matters? When it comes to pandering to children, do it where it matters. The courtrooms, the wallet, that's where it fucking matters. It doesn't fucking matter if you put him in fucking movies. Oh no, Spider-Man's a woman now? Great. That's really going to fucking save us from Roe v. Wade and fucking diseases and stillborns. And you know how many fucking more problems that brings up? So to look at a woman and see someone less, I will never understand that because your mother was better than you. No matter what you are, your mother was probably better, you know, most of the time. Now, maybe he had a shitty mom, and that's why he turned out the way he did. But, I mean, you can listen to any goddamn old school country song, and they'll fucking tell you, hey, mama tried to raise me right, but I'm a fucking dirtbag. It's just who I am, you know? So, yeah, to accept war is to accept innocence, and to accept guilty parties is to accept that there's innocence. You can't say something is one without its opposite. So that means there's always going to be innocence. No matter where you are, there's innocence there. You just got to find it. And, you know, bombing the shit out of little kids is not just. It's not going to win you any wars. It doesn't win anything. That's why we were losing 22 kids a day when we were back in the fucking, when we were in Iraq and Operation Iraqi Freedom and all that bullshit. We had 22 kids a day dying that were fucking home, but they could not live with the shit that they were forced to do. And I've mentioned that so many times, but it needs to be said. God damn. I don't know what else to say. So let's keep moving on. Now, I want to show, if you remember who Kellyanne Conway was, she was a real fucking annoying goddamn bitch back in the day, but only a few years ago. But her husband, George Conway, was on CNN, and I really enjoyed what he had to say because like I said before, it needs to be said, but certain things need to be publicized. And like I've talked before about, basically anything that you want to bring light to, you're gonna have to publicize that shit, you know, really bash people's heads in with it, because today it seems like they just don't fucking get it unless it's constantly pounded into their fucking heads. And you know, Batman said something really profound once when he just said, sometimes the world doesn't make sense until you force it to. Yeah.
The potential costs of not having immunity, which is what Trump talked about, which is the danger of a floodgate of litigation, of criminal litigation, which they poo-pooed, and they matched it up against, as they were required to do by the immunity case law, they matched it up against the public interest and the public interest.
Now what I want to preface this with, I should have done. is that George is clearly a well-thinking, he's obviously got a head on his shoulders. Now, Kellyanne Conway is no longer married to him. So, he's saying a lot of shit that, this is not just a fucking left-wing, libtard or anything like that. That's a fucking, he's a goddamn lawyer. He's an activist, all that shit. Dude's got money, man. And so the guy would not be talking shit about Trump unless, he knew he damn well has to.
Constitutional democracy in the peaceful transition of power. And when you weigh the two up against each other, there's just no question.
So the real question here is, how does the Supreme Court read this? Because Trump's team says they do plan to appeal it. I mean, you say that it doesn't require further review.
Yeah, it doesn't, because this opinion is so good and so clear, so comprehensive. There's nothing in it that could be possibly attacked. And I don't see how even the Supreme Court could write, I don't see how any judge, any court, anywhere, including the Supreme Court, could write a better opinion that more accurately states what the law is and should be. And as a result, I want to address this, that
in that report he's talking about, not report, but the response from the judge, it was a pretty long one. And I was like, I think they said 20 pages, 90 pages. Sorry, 90 pages. But yeah, the guy wrote like a fucking mini novel addressing that. Sorry, I like it. Just to, sorry, I gotta put my head back together. All right. Yeah, so the judge had put in that after the case, basically saying that the shit that he's doing, the shit that Trump does, he cannot control himself. He's written this down. This is what he's talking about. He wrote down that the man is incapable of controlling himself. He's incapable of self-control. So the man is a non-autonomous being. He can't even control that fucking stupid loud mouth of his. And one said something along the lies are so frivolous they border on pathological. And I fucking love that line, because that needs to be stressed out the most, because he is a pathological liar. He's lied about literally everything. I mean, almost literally everything, but virtually everything. So it's pretty cool hearing this from a guy that actually has a reputation, and not somebody that they can just easily dismiss from places like Fox News. Similar to like when Fox News has like certain polls out and then Trump fails like a motherfucker. And just like when they had this roundtable recently, it was not a roundtable. It was just a straight up, it was not a town hall. It was a fucking campaign. That's all it was. It was an in-kind contribution, I think they call it. An in-kind contribution, which means like an unsolicited one. Now, speaking of solicitors, he was supposed to be the solicitor for, what was it called? Solicitor General, right? Solicitor General, and then handling the head of Civil Division. So, pretty fucking funny that he is a man that's saying that you're dealing with a rapist and a bad man. I love that he's trying to blend in like that Trumpian, that MAGA speech, because if you talk to an average MAGA, they have about a syntax or a verbiage of about 50 words. They don't know many words, and they love the guy with the best words. The whole thing scares the shit out of me, honestly. It's scary. I mean, the guy's literally now calling himself Navalny. I mean, he's using Navalny as if Navalny was a fucking verb. And no, no, he's not a verb. He's not a noun. He's a fucking human being. He's a proper noun. All right. So he said something. This is just another Navalny, you know? And I'm like, just another Navalny? There's only one Navalny. And the motherfucker was poisoned and he lied about it. and then he fucking dies, and you're acting like you don't know about it. The shit that he lies about. I mean, you could not let a fucking child get away with some of these lies. Like, I mean, most of them, they're fucking childish. All right, let's let George talk a little bit more.
It's time to deal with it at this point. If Trump is convicted, which I think he will be, they can actually review this after his conviction. And meanwhile, the Supreme Court already has its hands full. On Thursday, it's going to hear the argument in the disqualification case from Colorado, where the court in Colorado held that Trump couldn't be on the ballot because he was an insurrectionist.
Now, this is interesting because, again, it goes against everything that the Republican Party used to stand for, which was states' rights. But let's remember in 2019, the RNC and Trump basically said, no, we're going to have no platform. No platform. We believe in nothing. And like, that's just nihilism. That's not a campaign. That's nihilism. I mean, everything sucks. That's all you're saying is everything sucks. Okay. How about everything sucks and I can prove it, and everything sucks and I can make it better? You know, there's a great Slipknot lyric saying everything sucks and I can prove it. And it's probably one of my favorite lines, and I want it on my goddamn tombstone. So, yeah, it is important that they talk about that. And I really wish they would stop saying sexual assault and say what he did. He raped her. Say it, motherfuckers. Because saying sexually assaulted, I mean, shit, that could be me pinching a girl's ass. It could be fucking anything, you know? And so I agree that Biden should be yelling because apparently his campaign is getting a little shit from Biden himself, saying, why the fuck are you guys not attacking this son of a bitch for the crazy ass shit he's saying? And, you know, I believe that an old white man is cursing like that because looking at Biden, that sounds like something he'd say. You know, so he's probably seeing the TV and going, why aren't you guys talking about this shit? You know, you guys got me on fucking TikTok talking about cookies and shit. Jon Stewart has a damn good point. You know, if we're going to win, you have to win. You got to show that he's winning. So fucking show it. Don't fucking show me him fucking taking a walk around the block. Don't show me him coming downstairs. I don't fucking care. What does that have to do with legislation? What does that have to do with actual fucking leadership? Are we just a country of stairs or something? We have elevators and escalators anyway. God damn it, let him go down the slide already, man. We have those emergency fucking air balloon slides for airplanes. Let him fucking come out on that. Let him have a blast. You know, he's the fucking president, man. And he's putting us at least in a decent place. Shit, not only in the fucking economic field, but just in the political realm. Like, he has to address all this shit. Can you imagine all the questions that you're going to get from foreign leaders? Like, you know, why do you put up with this guy? Why don't you just fucking kill him? You know they're asking that. Like, you know, you're a president. It's a fucking phone call. You know, shit, man. Call Suge Knight. He'll fucking help you. Like, seriously, just get some advice from him. He'll fucking tell you how to do a hot shot, and then, you know. But no. Let's let him cause more chaos, more havoc, more, just absolute chaos. And when you allow one son to run around naked and fucking scream and shit, guess what your other kids are going to start doing? You stupid, stupid people. Like, I don't understand who the fuck is in charge of anything anymore. Am I the only one on that? Like, you walk anywhere, and it's not that you want to talk to the manager, because you know damn well the manager is going to be a fucking moron. And you're just wondering, who the fuck is running anything anymore? Like, could you even get away with killing people anymore with how stupid this government is? Like, we know they're still doing the same shit. I mean, there's certain things that will not change, you know, certain covert options that will never change. And then there's the simple fact that there's the more occult, you know, the misunderstood stuff. from, you know, UFOs that they constantly say is swamp gas and this and that. Why not encourage your people to believe in aliens? Maybe they'll put that stupid book away and start going, oh shit, there's actual shit out there to worry about. Yeah. It turns out that you know, there's other galaxies and they have other lives, and some of them days last longer, so that means their years last longer, so that means their time has been longer, so they're smarter and they have more time to work on shit. That's why we'd see them flying over us, because they'd have thousands of years of technology, and because they had a head start. I mean, we're a very young civilization. We're very young. People don't realize how young of a civilization or how young of a species humanity really is. It's not that old. And when you look at, you know, when we look at certain fossilized information that shows us billions of years, imagine having that kind of industry advantage. If you have that kind of industrial advantage, you're going to fucking rule the fucking planet. And that was the whole point of being human, was not really to rule the planet, but to tame it. Learn how to gain from its resources and gain for other people so we can flourish and move forward to the next event. We don't know what that might be. The whole point is to find it. And we can't do that until we let go of childish bullshit. Ideology, religion, astronomy, let that shit go. Astrology. Sorry, not astronomy, astrology. Let that shit go, please. And then we can just move forward and actually possibly gain some sort of answer from this planet rather than a demigod or a fucking idea. We get answers from the actual universe. Seems like it makes sense to me. Maybe start with women. All right. So I think that's pretty concise. I'm going to end it like that. All right. Love you guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Sorry, it's been a couple days, but yep, I'll be back. Love you guys. Stay well, stay yourselves, and stay safe. As always, stay cheesy, my friends.
Welcome to Useless
Later
Agent.
days.
This program is not meant for children of any age. Enjoy my nightmares.
And stay cheesy.
Okay, let's do this.
Joy, stop crying. I'm just a city guy, living fly, getting high. Living till I die, getting by, whipping by. Staying solidified, big time to be precise. Here's your ticket, ride, follow if you feel my vibe. I'm just a city guy, living fly, getting high. Living till I die, getting by, whipping by. Staying solidified, big time to be precise. Here's your ticket, ride, follow if you feel my vibe.
Good. Smile on your face. Nobody give a fuck about 40. Nobody.